The Journey to Enlightenment, the story of Gautama Buddha. Once upon a time, in the lush green plains of ancient India, there lived a prince named Siddhartha. He was the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Maya. Siddhartha was destined to inherit the throne, but his life took an unexpected turn when he set out on a journey that would change the course of history. Siddhartha was not an ordinary prince. From a very young age, he possessed a deep sense of empathy and compassion for all living beings. He would often contemplate the nature of existence, wondering about the suffering that plagued the world. Despite being surrounded by luxury and opulence, he felt a profound sense of discontentment. One day, Siddhartha decided to leave the palace and explore the world outside its walls. He disguised himself as an ordinary traveler and set out with his charioteer, Channa. As they journeyed through the countryside, Siddhartha was confronted with the harsh realities of life. He saw old age, sickness, and death for the first time, and he realized that no one, not even the wealthy and powerful, could escape these inevitable truths. Deeply troubled by what he had witnessed, Siddhartha resolved to find a way to end suffering and attain true happiness. He left behind his princely life and embarked on a quest for enlightenment. For 6 years, Siddhartha traveled from place to place, seeking guidance from various spiritual teachers and practicing extreme forms of asceticism. He fasted for long periods, subjected himself to severe hardships, and meditated for hours on end. Yet, despite his efforts, he could not find the answers he sought. One day, weakened by hunger and exhaustion, Siddhartha collapsed beneath a Bodhi tree and vowed not to rise until he had discovered the truth. As he sat in meditation, he was assailed by temptations and distractions, but he remained steadfast in his resolve. Finally, on the night of a full moon, Siddhartha experienced a profound awakening. He saw clearly the nature of existence and the causes of human suffering. He understood that desire and attachment were the root causes of all suffering and that true happiness could only be found by letting go of these attachments. With this realization, Siddhartha attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, which means the awakened one. He spent the remainder of his life traveling across India, teaching others the path to enlightenment. The Buddha's teachings, known as the Dharma, emphasized the importance of compassion, mindfulness, and non-attachment. He taught that the key to happiness lay not in the pursuit of pleasure or wealth but in cultivating a peaceful mind and a compassionate heart. One of the Buddha's most famous teachings is the Four Noble Truths. These truths form the foundation of Buddhist philosophy and offer a roadmap for ending suffering and attaining enlightenment. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering. The Buddha taught that suffering is an inherent part of existence. Birth, old age, sickness, and death are unavoidable realities, and they cause us to experience pain and sorrow. The second noble truth is the truth of the cause of suffering. The Buddha identified desire and attachment as the root causes of suffering. When we cling to things, people, or experiences, we create a sense of self that is separate from the rest of the world. This sense of separateness leads to craving and aversion, which in turn causes suffering. The third noble truth is the truth of the end of suffering. The Buddha taught that it is possible to end suffering by letting go of desire and attachment. When we stop clinging to things and accept the world as it is, we can experience true peace and happiness. The fourth noble truth is the truth of the path to the end of suffering. The Buddha outlined an eightfold path that leads to enlightenment. This path consists of right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Through his teachings, the Buddha offered a practical guide for living a life of wisdom, compassion, and happiness. He encouraged his followers to cultivate mindfulness and to treat all living beings with kindness and respect. The Buddha's teachings spread far and wide, and today, millions of people around the world follow the path he outlined. His message of peace and compassion continues to inspire people of all ages and backgrounds, reminding us of the timeless wisdom that lies at the heart of the human experience.